Everybody, it's Lucinda Curran here, building biologist at EcoHealth Solutions. And today I really wanted to talk to you about some hidden hazards in your home that could adversely be impacting on your health, and particularly relating to women, also applies to men, but these are really things that can make quite a big difference in terms of health. So boys, if you don't want to hear it, cover your ears. I do think if you've got daughters or sisters or women in your life, it would be really worth you paying attention. And women, you certainly do need to be here for this. It's very important information. So I have had, throughout my time in the clinic as a Chinese medicine practitioner, and also while I'm consulting doing my building biology work, had a lot of women tell me that they've got thrush. And I'm doing my little bunny's ears because it's never been diagnosed. So they call it thrush. They have all sorts of symptoms like itching and swelling and discharge. They've tried all sorts of the standard over-the-counter kinds of treatments and other more natural treatments and not had any change in their symptoms. And of course, with my building biology brain, I go straight to things like toilet paper. Is the toilet paper scented? And in many cases it is. Now, just to correctly put that in context, they don't actually scent the toilet paper itself. They scent the cardboard roll and then wrap the toilet paper on it. So basically it permeates the whole roll, but they haven't directly scented the toilet paper according to them. So what happens is you're putting fragrances, which are a cocktail of chemicals, sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of different chemicals, which are many of them are known to be skin irritants and lung irritants and whatnot. You're putting this directly on the sensitive skin in that area when you're using the toilet paper. That can result in the inflammation and the itching and also the discharge. So in many cases with the women that I've spoken to about this, they've stopped using the scented toilet paper. They've gone to an unscented or unfragranced, fragrance-free option, and their symptoms have magically, almost overnight, vanished because it was purely and simply because of the scented toilet paper. The other thing that's huge, and again, this is definitely a women thing, is sanitary protection. The bulk of our products, the mainstream ones, are scented, and they're heavily scented. And so this is putting like a plastic wrapped pad or liner, which is, holding in the heat and the moisture and getting all hot and yucky with scented stuff right against your very delicate skin. So it's just a recipe for disaster. So I would encourage you to change your sanitary protection over to natural products. So there are brands where they're all organic and they're readily available to you. And there are also things like the reusable pads. So there's rad pads and Hana pads and things like that. Now the Hana pads are waterproof, but they're not vapor proof. So that means that the warm air can get in and out and it's not actually sort of building up and getting icky in that area. The rad pads don't have that, so occasionally there's leaks with those. But both of those are excellent alternatives. And there are a really good few brands and ranges of pads and tampons that are available. Now, tampons, I don't like tampons. That's mostly from a Chinese medicine point of view. We see the period, we call it Tiangui, which is the heavenly waters. And this is just, it's like the natural ebb and flow of the tides. It's what it does in our body. It's meant to be flowing. And then by plugging it with a tampon, you're stopping that flow. So I'm going to encourage you not to use tampons, but to actually use pads and let the flow as it should. So yeah, a little bit of a weird topic for you, a little bit personal, private, delicate, but certainly one that you need to be aware of. So I'm going to invite you to go to your bathrooms today and check if your toilet paper actually says unscented on it. So if it's fragranced, it won't say anything, but it will actually say unscented or fragrance-free if it hasn't been. So look for ones that don't. Now, you can get all sorts of toilet papers that aren't. In Australia, we've got brands that you can buy at the supermarket that are unscented, but then there's also the ones like Who Gives a Crap and all sorts of other ones like that that are readily available to get and in bulk, and they're fairly inexpensive. And also the Who Gives a Crap and the other one that we use, I've forgotten the name of it, but they're sourced from bamboo and sugarcane, so they're not actually wood pulp as well. So bonus for the environment as well. So anyway, I hope that's useful for you, and I hope that clears up a lot of problems and a lot of questions. So yeah, do raid the bathrooms, replace your products with the unscented fragrance-free varieties, change your sanitary protection over to things like the Hannah pads or Rad pads, or brands like Tom, so time of the month products are also really good. And then there's the they're called cottons, I think they are, that you can get at supermarkets and chemists as well. So there's lots of brands available for you and lots of choices, and I'll encourage you to make fragrance-free ones for your health. Have a beautiful day. I will catch up with you again soon. Shine and succeed.